So welcome here to Cowdray Park. It is the final of the Cicero Cup and we'll be delighted to be here with you on Polo Line TV. It is Amanara playing against La Hechicera, the final of the Cicero Cup. This game, as I say, exclusively live on Polo Line TV. My name is John Kent and I'll be with you here for the 5 chukkers in this 15-goal level. It's a windy day here at Amersham. For those familiar with the ground, they will know the weather conditions here are always slightly different to anywhere else surrounding. The wind is up, flag is waving, but rain has held back. We are also commentating live here at ground as well. I will do my best to separate anything worthwhile on the commentaries. As I say, my name is John Kent. I'll be your commentator live for you here on Polo Line TV. With the players out on the field beginning to warm up. It is Amanara out there in the light blue shirts. La Hechicera out there in the white and patterned uniform. Delighted to see Pablo Galante Escobar and his La Hechicera side. It is Pablo Galante Escobar, number 1. Oli Cudmore, he will be in the number 2 shirt off 3 goals. Santos Merlos, just fresh off an overtime victory in the Queen's Cup with UAE. And Malcolm Borwick, he is in the number 4 shirts. Amanara Nikki Sen, Hazel Jackson, the 10-goal female player. 2 goals out here in the mixed game. Kakua Raja and Santi Chavan. Both sides 15 goals, 5 chukkers here in this Cicero Cup game. So as the players just finished their warm-ups, the 2 umpires on the ground. Ben Turner, Chris Hyde, Adrian Wade, he is your 3rd man in the stand. Your 2 finalists today, they have not had perfect records in this tournament. Both tasted defeat earlier on in the rounds, but they came on top of their respective semi-finals to come here for this final today. What a season. Hazel Jackson, you see right there on the screen, of course, playing with Heta Castagnola and Dubai in the Queen's Cup. Really great to see her making such a strong impression on all forms of the game around the world now. Oli Cudmore as well, coming in to the side today in white. Always so well organised, of course. Any team, Malcolm Borwick, he's such a good organiser behind the scenes. Pablo Galante Escobar, we've seen him now for a couple of years here in the English season. This wonderful setting here at Amersham. A lot of polo on it this weekend. The Duke of Sutherland has also been going on. The 18-goal we will be bringing as well, the final for that, live on Polo Line TV as well. Of course, we're in the build-up to the British Open that will be played across the live stream from the final Tuesday of June. The draw taking place over the next couple of weeks. Also, joining us here on the live stream. Do please let us know where you're watching from, your thoughts on the game. Delighted to see viewers from around the world tuning in to this polo at Cowdray Park. We brought you the final of the Triplets Challenge a couple of weekends ago. I know a lot of viewers from over in the States enjoying that one. This game promises to be a good one as well. So it does look like we have all 8 players now on the field. As mentioned, Santos Merlos, he was playing over at guards, winning a game in the Queen's Cup earlier in overtime. For those who weren't able to watch, was being shown in the clubhouse by Pete Walters and his team here. Just checking as well, it looks like in the blue shirts of Amanara, Chavan, he is actually playing in the number 3 shirt, down as number 4 in the lineup. And it's Kako Raja, he plays in the number 4 shirt. So with all players now in the centre of the ground, it does look like it's going to be Amanara heading towards the scoreboard end to get us underway. Going with the wind, speaking to the players before the game, I know they were keen to make sure they got any advantage with that. So again, thank you for all of those joining us here live at Amersham today and on the Polo Line TV, Cowdray TV live stream as well, tuning in around the world. We're delighted to have Polo Line TV here throughout the medium high golf finals as well, the British Open of course, as it gets underway towards the end of June. All the games will be streamed in that tournament exclusively live, as well as the Duke of Sutherland finals taking place next weekend as well. So it looks like we're just waiting Nikki Sen to make her way onto the field here. Going getting a couple of things looked at, just with her team behind the stand. This great footage here of this Amersham location. Five playing grounds here in total, including Brooksfield just behind me. So with all 8 players now on the ground, it looks like we are ready to get the opening chukker of the Cicero final underway. The ball goes in play, and it's Lahit Cicero. They are heading towards the scoreboard end, and they have early possession of the ball here with Santos Merlos. Merlos being watched closely there by Araja. Merlos sending Malcolm Boric on his way. It's up as well for Pablo Galante Escobar. Pushed hard there by Nicky Sen. Nicky Sen does well, but Pablo Galante Escobar, he's just strong enough to get the first touch, but in there comes Chavan with the tail backhand, looking for Araja. Raja and Malcolm Boric coming together. Good work by Hazel Jackson just to take it away initially from Boric, but Boric came back in it, and all the players now come together as Malcolm Boric takes it up towards the 60. Boric there still pushing is Araja. Raja, little flick backhand on it, but still the pressure comes with Santos Merlos. Merlos just bringing control of the play. Runs through one, runs through a couple. Still here now with Santos Merlos. This is a big chance here for Lahit Cicero, and they have the opening score of the game, and it goes to Santos Merlos. Patient play there. All of them getting involved. It was strong play by Malcolm Boric, as we see here on the instant replay as it comes. And Santos Merlos came through just a little bit too strong, went in between there, and a little flick shot past Kako Raja. And the players come back to the centre of the ground An early score in favour of La Hechicera. Now getting there is Cudmore. Cudmore has to look out to his left-hand side. Looking to go for a quick 1-2 now as he finds Malcolm Boric in a little bit of space. Chavan comes towards Boric. The two captains as picked up now by Santos Merlos. Merlos has to look down the ground to see where the runners go. He's got Malcolm Boric heading out to his right-hand side. Boric, can he get the big neck shot? Big bump and a ride-off by Araja as Chavan now comes in alongside Ollie Cudmore. But Cudmore just a little bit too quick, and the pressure still coming from La Hechicera as Ollie Cudmore still being harassed there by Araja. Araja and Hazel Jackson. I think we have the first whistle of the game. So as we have a look here once again on the instant replay, was Cudmore getting control of it there? Araja came in, but the umpires say it was right away for Aminara and Chavan. Chavan sends it long down the ground, but they've all gone the other way. A little bit of miscommunication there for the team in light blue, but it may yet still work as Araja picks up the speed. Araja here now for Aminara, looking to tie us up. He's being chased, but he's going to go all the way here. Kako Araja with the tap through the score, and the set play did work out in the end. Araja, he had the speed to come back around onto the line, and he scores the goal for his side. Great play there by Kako Araja. I thought the set play had left him a little loose to the left, but he came back on for play, straightened up there, and he just kept his composure. So 1 goal apiece. Just under 3 minutes played here in the opening of our 5 chukkers. The Cicero Cup Final warming up nicely here at Cowdray Park as it bounces out now for Ollie Cudmore. Cudmore, he's got runners behind him. Is it still here now with Ollie Cudmore? Chasing him quickly there is Araja as Ollie Cudmore with the little chip up towards the goal, but it's just gone wide to the left-hand side. Good open polo here in this opening half of the first chukker as the umpires blow the whistle and let a few players go off and change ponies. First here at the ground, there will be of course a presentation following this final over by the clubhouse, so if you are here please do make sure you go show your appreciation to both sets of players. Aminara, Nicky Sen, such an impressive organisation. They've played a lot of polo. They've won a lot of polo around Europe over the past few seasons. Their second season here playing at this level in England. Santi Chavan, so much to do with the organisations. We've seen his son Lorenzo playing with White Crane this year in the high goals. So it's Kako Araja looking just to put the pressure on. Hazel Jackson, she's able to get there. Santi Chavan calls for a pass, but Jackson just got stuck there. I think the ball's gone up over the board. It's out of play. Last touch, I think, off an Aminara stick. And they waste no time getting going here. La Hechicera with Merlos. Merlos running there against Chavan, but a strong whistle from the umpires. So I just wonder there, we'll see on the instant replay whether Chavan may well have just been blown there for being a little bit too close when they took that set play. As we have a look here, Chavan, yeah, I feel that's where they got him. So again, with a few players going off and changing, it's going to be a penalty too. 30-yard shot here. La Hechicera have a chance to get themselves back out in front. So Malcolm Boric, he's going to come around and take this penalty too. One of the most reliable penalty takers in the game over the years. And Boric hits it hard, straight along the ground. Malcolm Boric makes no mistake until the goal is scored. And it is La Hechicera who get themselves back in front. Great to see Malcolm Boric back playing in the medium high goal levels of polo back here in the UK. Pablo Galante Escobar and his La Hechicera side. So ball comes back into play. And it falls out the back of the line. Out Merlos went for a swing, couldn't quite get it. Ollie Cudmore and Chavan coming together. Chavan so strong in those short plays. And great blocking work done by Nicky Sen just to take away the player, to give it now to Araja. Araja sends Chavan down the centre of the ground, looking to return the favour for the assist early in the game. Chavan fighting hard there with Ollie Cudmore. Chavan keeping calm in front of the goal, about 30 yards out. Ollie Cudmore, he's not going to make life easy, gets the tail backhand, and turning first is Merlos, but I think it's gone over the back line. The whistle is gone, and it could well be a safety 60. Great defensive work though by Ollie Cudmore. Chavan was coming through strong, but the chance not yet gone, as Amanara will have the ball. Saw in the Dollar Cup games here at Cowdray yesterday, the 12-goal national tournament's been played here on Amersham 1 and Amersham 2. The wind had a real impact on these penalties. Malcolm Borwick himself was playing in one of those games, so he would have come into this one and know, with this wind, hard and low could be the order of the day. Let's see how Araja does from here. So Araja it is, it's up, it's high, but it looks like it's gone wide to the right-hand side. Just saying on the live stream how we saw the wind here at Amersham yesterday having an impact on these penalties. You want to hit it hard and low to take the wind out of the equation. But that one, it just went wide to the right, and it's going to be Malcolm Borwick. Ollie Cudmore makes a run to the front, as does Merlos on the grey. Coming in quickly to Merlos is Chavan, so he chooses to send it long, but it's hit the group of ponies, and Chavan will get there. Chavan with the open backhand. He was looking for Araja on the turn. It was read by Cudmore, and Cudmore does really well initially. Araja has another bite, and in now comes Malcolm Borwick. Malcolm Borwick turns it back round, looking for Pablo Galante Escobar. Hooked up the play by Chavan. Chavan, he wants to make this pressure count for Amanara. Chavan to the left of Cudmore, to the left of Borwick, now looking to get there again. Malcolm Borwick, he comes in, and the umpire's save of play was his, as Malcolm Borwick able to bring it away now for Lahid Cicero on the counter. Borwick running back quickly, there is Hazel Jackson. Look at that play by Hazel Jackson, takes away Malcolm Borwick, gets the open backhand, but turning first in defence again is Santos Merlos. Merlos with the open backhand. Ollie Cudmore, he comes close as Chavan puts on the pressure again. You just never have a moment rest when Santi Chavan puts on the pressure from the front, but Ollie Cudmore able to bring it through. Cudmore on the near side, waiting with him there is Araja. Ollie Cudmore pushing hard, looking to run round to the left hand side of Araja, but he puts it up over the board, so that will be Amanara ball. And it's going to be Santi Chavan with the set play. Just about 30 seconds to go here in this first of our 5 chukkers. Chavan, big shot down the ground. He's looking for a run of Hazel Jackson. Jackson fighting hard there with Santos Merlos. It looked like shattered for a second, but Merlos did really well to come back. But Hazel Jackson steals it away, and the chance is still there. Malcolm Borwick comes in, but Hazel Jackson, look at that by Jackson with the open backhand across the goal, but just wide to the left-hand side. But what an effort by Hazel Jackson, taking it first off Merlos, then off Borwick, as we hear the buzzer go here on Amersham ground number 1. And let's hear it at the ground for both sets of players. The end of the first chukker, and it's Lahid Cicero who lead 2-1. And we'll take a break here on Polo Line TV as well, presented by Standing Rock. The first of 5 chukkers out the way.
Argentines, I think, they play a key role because they are managers of clubs, they train teams, they are part of teams.
I hope you've taken life. So back in out, players coming back on the field of play for the second chukker. Warm welcome again to our viewers from around the world on Polo Line TV. What? Very hotly contested opening chukker as well. It's Cicero just with their noses in front. Hazel Jackson coming close right at the end there, but it will be the team in white with the ball on the back line. So Malcolm Boric brings it back in, taps the ball to the right-hand side. Merlos thought about going left, instead gives Boric the option for right-hand side. There as well is Ollie Cudmore. He's tasked with just taking Santi Chavan away from the play, allowing here Santos Merlos to get there. Merlos sends it out left. Ollie Cudmore had just gone there before Chavan, but Chavan was quick to read it, but Ollie Cudmore looks like he's got the pace here, taking it up over halfway line, but Chavan, he reads it perfectly, using all his experience here. Santi Chavan, long-time high goal player around the world, of course, but it's sticked up here by Merlos, and Merlos, you watch the wind take that one well out to the right-hand side, and he's going to have to take the next shot here, or slow it right down to a check. He decides on the latter. Santos Merlos taps it underneath the neck of the pony. There is Raja. Merlos looking for a whistle, and the umpires say yes, it's coming. Let's see which way they give this one. I've lost the screen. The screen has gone. So the decision is a penalty 2 in favour of Cicero. Merlos getting the whistle there from the umpires. It's Malcolm Boric with the 30-yard penalty straight through the centre. The goal is good, and Cicero, they lead 3-1. So players coming back to the centre of the ground. And the ball goes in play. Here now with Malcolm Boric looking to fight there, but it's picked away from all of them by Santi Chavan. Chavan spins it back round. Chavan sends it long down the boards, looking to see if he can find Araja. Araja fighting hard again with Santos Merlos. These two seeing plenty of each other in this Cicero Cup contest so far, as it's still here with Araja. He leaves the ball in turn again for Santi Chavan. Chavan taking it out to the left-hand side. He'll take his time with Merlos close by, sends it down the ground, looking there for Araja again. Araja, good play there initially by Malcolm Boric. Pablo Galante Escobar, he came across, and the whistle does go. So as we have a look here on the instant replay, it was picked up there. Malcolm Boric, he came across. I think that's what the umpires are looking at. Oh no, it's gone in favour. So umpires decided that Malcolm Boric had the line. And a penalty from the spot here in favour of Cicero and Boric. Boric, he's got runners out to the right. Going at speed there is Merlos. Merlos just punches that one out the air with the end of his stick. Araja was quick to it. Hazel Jackson, she comes in and leaves it in turn now for Araja. Araja running again against Merlos. Merlos looking to chase Araja all the way. It's still here now with Araja with the next shot towards the goal, but it's just gone wide to the right-hand side. I think the wind having a little bit of an impact again on that goal shot. And the ball on the back line once again. Malcolm Boric taps the ball into play. Boric. Runners out to the left in Merlos. Watch for Ollie Cudmore making a move down the centre of the ground, and that's where the ball is heading, as Ollie Cudmore using their Pablo Galante Escobar as the blocker. Galante Escobar did really well there, as Ollie Cudmore couldn't quite pick it up there. The bounce of the ball just evaded him, as it's here now with the chance to counter. They got a big overlap if they could be quick here, the team in light blue, but Ollie Cudmore again does really well, and Malcolm Boric does even better, and there's Ollie Cudmore all on his own here, and it's a big chance for Lahid Cicero and Ollie Cudmore to run it through. It looked like it was going to be danger down the other end, but Ollie Cudmore just taps it through, and wonderful play between Cudmore and Malcolm Boric, two England international players, and Lahid Cicero now put 3 goals between them. You can see danger there. It looked like for Lahid Cicero just before the video replay came in, but Ollie Cudmore initially did really well, and then Boric comes in with the backhand. And what looked like there was going to be a big chance for the team in light blue ends up with a goal for Lahid Cicero. Players back in the middle. The umpires spotting something. They came back quickly there. I think they wanted the throw in quickly there. Lahid Cicero with a bit of a player advantage, but a little over eager, the umpires say. So penalty from the spot, and it's in favour of Aminara and Kako Araja. Araja taps the first one, has a look to see where Siobhan is. Chooses there to wonder whether it might be best to take Cudmore on here. And in now comes Siobhan, but Araja wants to go on his own here. Went for the big neck shot, doesn't quite work out for him, but in now comes Siobhan. Siobhan stronger and quicker there was Santos Merlos on the turn, and Merlos, he's going to look to go, son of Sebastian Merlos. Sends the ball out to the left-hand side, looking for Ollie Cudmore. Cudmore on the near side, just takes it now up against the pressure of Araja, but the ball pops up over the boards, and it will be Aminara ball. And you see Santi Siobhan just having a bit of a word there with Araja. Just asking for a little bit more interplay there rather than the individual effort. So Araja has a look again. He's got Siobhan down the boards. That's where the ball is heading. Siobhan now looking to run round, but it was good blocking work there done by Merlos, allowing Malcolm Boric to get there with the near side backhand. As coming again will be Merlos. Jackson making her presence felt. Merlos just skips it back round underneath the neck of his pony. Still now here with Merlos. Goes in between Siobhan and Jackson. Jackson still there with Merlos, but eventually between Siobhan and Jackson, they managed to stop him in his tracks. As Santi Siobhan hits the open backhand, but only as far as Boric. Boric reads it superbly. Takes it across the centre of the ground. Bounces off the boards. It does stay in play as we're going for final 2 minutes here of this second chukker. As Boric sends it down the ground, looking there for Cudmore. Cudmore sends it up, looking to see if he can find Merlos on the run, but coming away in defence and doing well there is Araja. Araja sends it down the ground, looking now for Siobhan. Siobhan and Cudmore coming together. Sends it long, looking for Jackson. Jackson and Malcolm Boric making her way up towards the 16 now. Jackson on the near side was looking for the pass to Siobhan, but he couldn't quite get his horse round. And Ollie Cudmore and Lahid Cicero with the chance to counter again, as Cudmore sends Pablo Galante Escobar on his way down the ground, and the pass looks good, and as Pablo Galante Escobar couldn't quite pick up the bounce, and it falls again in defence. It was good pressure by Nicky Sen, and around now comes Araja, but Malcolm Boric, he's having a great game here in the number 4 shirt, playing that sweeper role so well, just picks it up. In comes Araja, the flyby as Boric takes control. Boric into the final 40 seconds or so of the second chukker. Leaves it again for Merlos. Merlos sends it long down the ground, looking for Pablo Galante Escobar. He's in between Siobhan and Nikki Sen. Does well initially, but Nikki Sen was up to it. Then gets a little flick backhand, finding Hazel Jackson, sending her on her way. Hazel Jackson now running out to the right-hand side of Cudmore. Over the top of the ball, and Cudmore will take his time. Cudmore called for the tail backhand by Merlos. Good play there by Cudmore and Merlos. Now, if Merlos can see Cudmore out in front of him and see space for the shot, there could be a chance, as Merlos decides instead just to keep it close and take it out to the right-hand side as the wind really begins to blow here on Amshan ground at number 1. Merlos in between a few Aminara players, takes it out to the left again. Still here with Merlos. Taps it between a couple again, leaves the ball behind eventually, and Hazel Jackson spins around in front of Ollie Cudmore. The umpires don't like it, and a break of play. Not sure if you can hear, for those watching here, but the wind really beginning to blow even here in the cherry picker where we're sitting. So just waiting to see. I think it may well be chukker. We couldn't quite hear in the windy conditions, but it is indeed the end of the second chukker here. So Lahid Cicero, good chukker for the team in white. They lead 4-1. We will also take a break here on Polo Line TV. We'll see you back in a couple of minutes. So welcome back here as the players make their way out to the third chukker. Nikki Sen, you see, coming back with her Aminara organisation. Once again, a big thank you to our sponsors here on Polo Line TV. Presented here today by Standing Rock, the amazing organisation, Philip Miller and his team. Do check out their website and all they're doing over in the US. With the wind continuing to prove the factor, it's not the smoothest of games. I think we're going to be underway with a close penalty. It was Hazel Jackson who just got caught there. And I'll take the moment as well during the break just to remind everyone to download our Polo Line TV app. Getting better and better. The coverage that we do bring you live, as I was saying, all of the games in the high goal here on the British Open. We've been in Morocco recently. We head to France, Spain, Duke of Sutherland, the 18-goal high goal final here at Cowdray. Next weekend there's so much polo to be enjoying on this amazing platform. But with the players here, welcome back for the third chukker. We are just waiting to see what the decision is. It was Ollie Cudmore and Hazel Jackson who just came together at the end of the second chukker. See the umpires just explaining what decision they are giving. It looks like there may well have been a yellow given to somebody. So the umpire's having a word with both sets of players, but in the end it was a foul given against Amanara. And it's going to be a penalty too, 30-yard penalty in favour of Lahid Cicero. So Malcolm Boric with the 30, keeps it low along the ground, and he's got another one. Malcolm Boric so good from those positions, and Lahid Cicero just continue to stretch their lead out in this contest. 5-1. And they're going to get a penalty 5B as well. I did see, I believe, a yellow flag being waved in the direction of a player in light blue. I'm just waiting confirmation exactly who that was. But if that is the case, it is a penalty 5B, technical as well. So the goal and a penalty 5B. So frustration just continues to grow a little bit for Amanara out there. Malcolm Boric, most valuable player in the semi-final. I'll tell you what, the way he's been playing so far this afternoon. He won't be far away as it goes down the ground, looking for a run of Merlos. In there came Araja. He needed to get there and he couldn't. Chavan, though, was quick enough to help his teammate out. So Amanara, they survive that attack as the tail backhand goes again, but they're quick on the turn. Lahid Cicero, but Araja was strong enough to get through Oli Cudmore. Now here with Araja, stretching the play in front of him is Hazel Jackson. Boric looking to come back. Hazel Jackson takes Boric away, and look at the speed here of Araja, but Araja caught by Oli Cudmore and Pablo Galante Escobar. Little flick on the backhand, but in comes Araja again. Araja doing a lot of work here for the team in light blue, and it's Kako Araja coming through. They need this one to go through. It's running up close through the goal, and Araja, what a score that is. They needed it, Amanara, and they make it 5-2 here. Good strength and speed there from Araja. As you have a look here on the replay, it took a couple of efforts for it to find the final shot on goal, but it went underneath the pony's legs to Malcolm Boric. So 5-2. 5 chukkers in this Cicero Cup final. As it picks up again here for Oli Cudmore. They want to reclaim that 4-goal lead as Chavanvo comes back, puts a stop to it right away, but Merlos, it just deflects off his stick, and now Merlos able to turn around and look to go again here. Santos Merlos, chased there by Araja. Merlos reaches out behind him, and as well there is Oli Cudmore. Cudmore has Boric behind him. In comes Jackson. Oli Cudmore with the shot up towards Pablo Galante Escobar. Nicky Sen coming back quickly. Called off the play by Araja as the umpires blow a whistle on the ground. Just wait and see on the instant replay. I wonder whether they tried to play the advantage. You have a look here. Sen and Araja were coming back. So the umpires, once again, just taking their time on this one. I think they were probably trying to play advantage from the initial foul, which went against Pablo Galante Escobar. So it's going to be Amanara ball. It was good play by Nicky Sen coming back in defence, and her team in light blue will have the ball on the halfway line. So slight change here for Amanara as it's going to be Chavan to take the penalty 5B. Chavan. Ooh, it sees the open gap again. We saw this happen in the early chukkers. Great work by Nicky Sen to take away Merlos, allowing here Araja a chance to come in, but Merlos came back in, but the umpires blowing a whistle on the play. Just getting a little bit scrappy here. as we see on the instant replay. Nikki Sen it was. Now it's a question of, was she blocking a player, this new rule that came in this year? Or did she indeed have the line? So the umpires, the way in which they are explaining the decision to Malcolm Borwick, it does look like it's going to go in favour of Aminara. So big chance here as Aminara just begin to make their way back into this game. It's going to be, it looks like a 30-yard penalty. Big chance here. Sorry, a 40-yard penalty, I should say, for Araja. So Araja ends it up high. It was a 40-yard penalty, not a 30, and it's through the centre of the goal. Araja, he just looked for a second and wondered whether the wind might have an impact, but the goal is scored. And Aminara pull one back here. So players back in the centre of the ground. Another strong whistle by the umpires as they just continue to clear up a few decisions with the players, making sure there's a gap in the centre as well. And the ball comes back into play. Who's going to pick it up there at the front? It is with Merlos. Merlos has Ollie Cudmore behind, but Merlos decided to take it himself past for waiting Chavan. Still here now with Santos. Merlos slows it down, waits to see where Chavan is. He knows he's got Ollie Cudmore behind him, but it's still now with Merlos appealing for a foul, and another whistle here as this third chukker does continue to get dominated by the umpire's whistle. So we have a look on the instant replay on this one, a little bit clearer this time, as it was Santos Merlos coming through. A couple of players in the way. And it's going to be a 30-yard penalty in favour of La Hechicera. Malcolm Borwick with the 30 has been perfect from that distance so far and continues to be so. The goal is scored and La Hechicera extend that lead once again. They lead 6-3. Still plenty of time, and you do see the way in which Aminara will look to potentially fight their way back into this one. They know it's going to be a scrap halfway through this third chukker. And the umpires blowing a whistle on the ground. I think there was a loose horseshoe just picked up, so they wait for the second umpire just to throw it off the back of the ground. The players back in play. Out the front here now for Merlos again. Merlos, he's having a great chukker so far. You saw the way in which he just powered through in that last goal. Ollie Cudmore once again comes behind. Malcolm Borwick taking up the sweeper role as well, but Merlos fancies his chances against Araja. Merlos now running it out towards the right-hand side, being chased every step by Araja, and Araja looks like he's got the better of him initially, but Merlos came back at him, and Ollie Cudmore able to take control now under pressure from Jackson. Still though with Ollie Cudmore. Turns it back round. In comes Jackson. Look at that by Hazel Jackson. She's stolen it. And just as we thought she was gone, she's called off the play by Santi Chavan. Chavan, a little bit of space opens up now. Ollie Cudmore comes across again. It doesn't quite work there for Aminara. And there here will be Merlos with the open backhand. Nobody reads it though, apart from Araja in the light blue of Aminara. Turns it back round. Sends it from about 90 yards up towards the goal. It's going to go closer. What a goal that is by Kako Araja. No mistake at all from about 90 yards and goal, and Aminara bring it back to 2 goals. What a score that was. As we have a look here, you see the perfect drone view of Araja, just turning it round, opened up those shoulders. With it now, 6-4. Amanara. Araja, a little bit of momentum as he sends Siobhan on his way. Ollie Cudmore going back quickly. Siobhan pushing through as hard as he can, but Ollie Cudmore took away the man. Hits the open backhand, looking to see if he could find Boric on the turn, but he's taken out the play well again by Jackson, so it's going to be Araja, and still this Amanara pressure just continues as he's gone for it again. Araja sends it up, this time looking for Jackson, but the ball just stops in the wind, and Boric can take it across the goal now with the ball on the near side. Malcolm Boric showing his strength and calm on the ball as Boric gets round Jackson, and the ground now has opened up here for Malcolm Boric on the near side. Jackson coming back quickly. Malcolm Boric urging his horse on. It looks like he's got the speed. He picks up the first bounce, picks up the second. Malcolm Boric, it's angling a little bit left. Can he finish it off? Malcolm Boric backhand towards the goal, but he just runs out of room. Big chance there for Boric, but it's wide to the left hand side. 6-4 it stays. So just over a minute to go. Santi Siobhan with the ball on the back line. As the umpires just take a quick look to see where the players come back on. And Siobhan with the tap. Watch the run of Araja. Dummied left, now goes right, using there Hazel Jackson as the blocker. Araja is quick enough to get there in front of Merlos. He'll slow it down. He's got all his players running out in front of him. Siobhan's got space out to the left-hand side, but Araja only found opposition body in Santos Merlos, and the umpires, you feel that one's going to go against the team in light blue. Yep, it's going to be dropped in favour of Lahed Cicero. This rule brought in a couple of years ago, we could see clearly on the instant replay. Araja inadvertently hitting it directly into the player in white. So a penalty from the spot, just outside the 60-yard mark, but way out to the left-hand side. And it's going to be Malcolm Boric tapping it to the right of Hazel Jackson. Jackson waits as Malcolm Boric continues just to inch his way up. Boric goes for a big neck shot towards the goal. Ollie Cudmore looks interested. Siobhan picks up the line, and Ollie Cudmore thought he may as well give it a go, but the umpires stop him in his tracks. It was Siobhan, we could see from this vantage high point, who picked up the line. As we have a look on the bird's eye view, Siobhan was there. Cudmore came across, and it will be a penalty from the centre of the ground in favour of Amanara. Still time in this first half, perhaps to make it a one-goal game. So umpires, cool play. Siobhan staying close by once again, as we've seen throughout, is Araja. Now Araja makes a move, first right, then left. Opens up here for Siobhan. Takes it out the air on the offside, then on the near side. Ollie Cudmore has to be strong here, and he is, as he takes away Santi Siobhan. Leaves it for Boric. Boric went for the backhand. It just about works out there for Lahed Cicero, and Boric now looks to send Ollie Cudmore down the ground, but Araja quicker to it. On the near side, couldn't find the bounce of the ball, and Siobhan and Boric come together. Boric, the little flick backhand, finding Merlos superbly. Santos Merlos now going to the left-hand side of Jackson. Jackson fighting hard, but it leaves the ball behind for Ollie Cudmore. Cudmore, he's about 40 yards from goal. Can he make it 7-4 with what looks like the last chance of the first half? Ollie Cudmore finds his way through, sends it wide to the right-hand side. Big chance for Ollie Cudmore, and that is the end of the third chukker. So here live at the ground, if I could ask you all to give a big round of applause, and then make your way out onto the ground, treading the divots. It's the halfway point of the Cicero Cup Final. And we will also take a break here on Polo Line TV, presented by Standing Rock. Lahed Cicero out in front in the final of the Cicero, 6-4. Let's welcome back here. This drone view of Amersham ground at number 1. So we have a look at the stats. Now, we'll just say we're just waiting for the confirmation, but it looks like they gave the goal at the end. Veoli Cudmore did point towards it. So they've given the goal. So Lahed Cicero, they do lead 7 goals to 4. 3 field goals apiece. And then 4 penalties for Lahed Cicero. Malcolm Borwick has been perfect from those positions. Throw-ins, Lahed Cicero on top of those by the same distance as the scoreboard. Not too many fouls. That 1 yellow card, we believe, went against Amanara. We're looking for confirmation of that, of who it went to, but there was a yellow card given in their direction. Not sure whether it was against a foul or perhaps for something that was said. But that is the story of the first half for you. And it's great to see so many people live here as well. It's bank holiday weekend, of course, here in the UK. We were hoping to have 2 games today, but they played the subsidiary final of this tournament yesterday, so these 2 remaining teams. Do let us know where you are watching from. Hello, what I can see on the chat to Bernardo Torrens, Kaiser Rosado. Looks like watching, I believe. Now we're going to try and pronounce Dahiru Moribo. I'm really sorry if I got that one wrong. But warm welcome to wherever you are watching this game from. We thank you for joining us. Like I say, we've got a lot of polo here. You can see it all on the Polo Line TV app, what we are bringing you, but we are of course going to be here towards the end of June. That's when the Gold Cup gets underway. We've still got the Duke of Sutherland finals as well next weekend, the 18-goal high goal here at Cowdray. We've just been in Morocco. We've got Chantilly coming up, heading to Sota Grande as well. So much polo to keep your eyes on. But here, after 3 chukkers, the first half of the Cicero Cup Final, Lahed Cicero, they've been the dominant side, they've been on top, but they just can't get so far away that it begins to feel comfortable for them, and with Santi Chavan making life really difficult for them. Hazel Jackson, she's fought really hard as well. And Nikki Sen and Kako Raja as well. It's a really good team, this team in light blue Amanara, but Lahed Cicero, so well organised, as you would expect any team being managed by Malcolm Borwick to be as well. Pablo Galante Escobar, so great to have him here, playing these tournaments here in the UK. Do as I say, follow us across the social media channels there. You can see on Instagram, Polo Line OK, Facebook, Polo Line Int, YouTube, we're there as well on Polo Line TV. You can watch these games live, free of charge, across those platforms. And if you are just joining us, a warm welcome to Cowdray. It's been a half that's had its moments, but with these windy conditions, as those who know the grounds here at Amersham will be familiar with, it's not the easiest. Certainly up here in the Polo Line TV tower as well, it has felt a little wobbly at time. Thank you very much, everybody here at the ground, for your work at the halfway point. If I could please ask you to make your way back to your seats. Pete Waters and his team in the clubhouse, they will continue to serve refreshments throughout the afternoon, but as the players make their way back out, do return to your seats. 2 chukkers left in this Cicero Cup Final for the presentation as well. Please do not go anywhere straight after the game. We will be having both sets of players to the clubhouse to present them with their prizes. But it is for players going back onto the ground now. Samanara, first back, full of confidence, out onto the ground. At half-time team talk, Santi Chavan will have been talking to his players. But the organisation of this La Hechicera side have made it tough to this point. So it looks like all 8 players back on the ground. 5 chukkers this final, so 2 remaining. Just again to confirm, the goal at the end of that last chukker, the shot by Ollie Cudmore, was judged to have gone through the goal. So despite the flag waving wide to the right, they had another look at it. The goal was scored, so it is 7-4. So we will start this 4th chukker with a roll in from the centre. We change sides, they come over here to the far side here at Amersham. It is Aminara heading towards the scoreboard end. They need the ball here, but it's stolen by Merlos. Given now to Malcolm Boric. Boric stick breaks, but the ball goes far enough to find Merlos again, and Merlos being chased quickly there by Nicky Sen. Merlos takes a check, slows it down to 0. Still now Santos. Merlos couldn't quite get to 0, and it's Raja who comes back round here. Raja looks to send it out to the left. Didn't quite have the distance to find Chavan. Backhand played against the pony by Merlos, so Merlos will come back onto the play. Still Merlos hits it up the ground. Malcolm Boric gets given a stick by Pablo Galante Escobar, but it's right there on the doorstep, and it's good defensive play by Araja, and he solved the dummy as well. Wonderful play in defence by Kako Araja, and he now looks to turn it into attack as he's got Nicky Sen in front of him. Quickly going back is Malcolm Boric. Nicky Sen still waits. Hazel Jackson looks to stretch the ground. The shot by Araja wasn't the cleanest, and Malcolm Boric gets a good near side backhand, turn it back to the boards as Chavan looks to get there. Chavan drops the ball back here for Araja. Araja takes out to the right hand side, couldn't quite find the distance, and Merlos sends Ollie Cudmore on his way. Wound up for the big one but didn't send it far enough, so he goes again, and this time a cleaner connection, looking for Ollie Cudmore up against the ball. Chavan had read it, but he couldn't meet the ball either, so Cudmore also leaves it behind, and Araja comes in and takes control. Araja looks up in front of him. Boric, he waits. Araja looks for Hazel Jackson. Jackson has Chavan out in front of him. Pablo Galante Escobar has a look at the ball. The umpires say good to go as Escobar over the top. Ollie Cudmore with the open backhand, and Malcolm Boric turns on to it first. Malcolm Boric has the speed to get round onto the left. Look at this by Malcolm Boric. He runs quickly there, being chased still by Araja as Malcolm Boric near side, offside, picks up the bounce. Malcolm Boric looking to go. Araja with the pressure, just does enough to send it out to the right hand side, and eventually look to come back onto it as the ball goes wide over back line. Seen that a couple of times by Malcolm Boric. As Chavan looks to go quickly. They've got a player advantage momentarily as Santos Merlos comes back on a fresh pony. There is Araja. Araja looks for a whistle from the umpires, and the umpires do blow it on in his favour. Pablo Galante Escobar not happy. As we have a look here on the instant replay, you see here Galante Escobar just comes across. They try to play advantage, and it is going to go in favour of Aminara. Wait to see where they place this one. So just taking their time, the 2 umpires. He was a fair distance away from goal, but there wasn't a lot of defence back. And the umpires are going to give, looks like a 40-yard, maybe even a 30-yard penalty here for Amanara. Have a look at those trees blowing behind the goalpost. You don't need to guess which way to aim, at least. And the penalties by both sides from close have been perfect so far. Like I say, Malcolm Borwick, he's got 4 out of 4. Araja, 1 out of 1. So Raja comes round, he's gone for the height, and it is, the flag is waving, the goal is scored. They had a look, but they say it's good through the centre, and Amanara pull one back, 7 goals to 5. And it really is testament to the penalties of both sets of players in these windy conditions, but both sides have been perfect so far. Malcolm Borwick 4 out of 4, Kako Raja 2 out of 2. So players back in the centre. 3 minutes played in this 4th and penultimate chukker. It's fair with Ollie Cudmore. Cudmore gets around the stick there of Chavan, now sends it long, looking for Merlos. Araja fighting hard with Merlos, but it's going to reach there, the stick of Santos Merlos. The umpires have a look, the whistle is blown. It was Santos Merlos coming through. The two greys came together. So as we have a look here on the instant replay, this one's going to go in favour of Cicero. Merlos it was who just managed to come back enough towards the ball. So 30 yards penalty, Malcolm Borwick. Malcolm Borwick with the penalty along the ground, no mistake at all. So it is another goal there for Malcolm Borwick, another penalty for him, number 5, and that makes it 8 goals to 5 in favour of Cicero. And this is a day we're having a player as good from those penalties as Malcolm Borwick is. Comes really in handy for his side. So ball goes back in play. Borwick just gets a little flick on it. He's looking for Merlos again. Nicky Sen came in, but the umpires blowing a whistle on that one. So right in front of us here on the Polo line TV tower. You saw there Nicky Sen it was. And it's going to be another penalty, this time, or once again I should say, in favour of Cicero. Nicky Sen just getting caught there at the front of the line-out, so 60-yard penalty. It's the first one of these we've seen so far today. What can Malcolm Borwick do from 60 yards out? Let's take a moment again to thank our sponsors here on Polo Line TV, presented here by Standing Rock today. Do download our app, the Polo Line TV app. You know, all the best coverage, allowing you to stay at home and watch all of the action from the high goal finals, medium goal finals here at Cowdray Park, and of course the British Open. Malcolm Borwick, 60 yards, keeps it along the ground. That's what you got to do, and he's found Merlos, but good play by Hazel Jackson, looking for Chavan, and Amanara do really well, and they're going to have a chance to counter now with Chavan. Send it up high. There's 2 Amanara players looking to make life difficult for Borwick. In there comes Hazel Jackson. Great play by Jackson, sending it now to Araja. Araja on the near side, but Cudmore was quick, as is Santos Merlos coming back. Merlos has the space for the tail backhand, looking for Cudmore on the turn, but there quicker was Araja. Araja leaves it for Chavan. Chavan and Borwick coming together, as Chavan just takes it up now. The big neck shot, looking for Nicky Sen or Hazel Jackson at the front. Nicky Sen coming across. Hazel Jackson doing really well. The ball though drops dead, and it's there with Ollie Cudmore again, and the tail backhand. Malcolm Borwick comes across, going back quickly there. as the ball goes against the boards and pops over. So it will be Amanara possession. 2 minutes just over remaining in this fourth chukker. And Siobhan looks to get going quickly. Ollie Cudmore just carries backwards there with Siobhan, leaves it for Araja. Araja looking for Jackson. Boric has to be careful. Jackson with the shot, with the score, and what a goal that is by Hazel Jackson with the under the next shot. Cicero look at each other, but Hazel Jackson came through, got the next shot goal, and 2 goals in it now. What a score there for Amanara. As you saw there, the pass by Araja. Hazel Jackson had the line. There was nothing that Malcolm Boric could do, or it would have been a penalty one. So 8 goals to 6. Cicero, they have been in front throughout, but they just can't get away from this Amanara side as Merlos looks to get there. Siobhan applying the pressure. Ollie Cudmore staying cool here as he takes possession of the ball. Hazel Jackson still chasing, but Ollie Cudmore just needed an inch and he got it as he leaves it now for Malcolm Boric. Boric sending Ollie Cudmore on his way, but there first was Araja with the tail backhand looking for Siobhan once more. Siobhan with the tap. Oh, he's left the ball behind. A rare mistake there in the open play by Siobhan, but he's able to get back there in front of Malcolm Boric as Siobhan. In comes Cudmore. Cudmore sends it back down the board, and Malcolm Boric's gone. Malcolm Boric under pressure there from Sen, but it's Malcolm Boric, good pressure by Sen, and Jackson with a great near side backhand. We're into the final minute here of this fourth chukker as Araja, he gets there. Now there's take two as Araja has Siobhan heading down the centre of the ground. Still there with Araja, taps it behind Pablo Galante Escobar. Araja leaves the ball behind, and Ollie Cudmore sweeps in defence and survives this time as they send it out to the boards, and there first is Merlos. Merlos looks for Ollie Cudmore. Cudmore picks up the bounce of the ball perfectly. Look at Hazel Jackson, so good there in defence. You can see the work she's put in. Part of that Dubai lineup, of course, in the high goal this year as she sends the open backhand, finding first Siobhan, then Araja. Merlos making life difficult, and Merlos takes away from both of them but draws the whistle from the umpire. Great play it was there by Hazel Jackson in defence, getting the near side backhand, and the decision has gone in favour of Amanara as well. As we have a look on the instant replay, it was Merlos who came across. And we are going to have time. Wasn't quite sure in the wind if the buzzer is gone, but the umpire says it's time for one more play. Can Amanara make it a 1-goal game going into the final chukker? They're going to have a chance as Araja gets in front of Malcolm Boric. I think that is the buzzer we now hear in the background as Araja gets round Malcolm Boric. Now can they go? They've got 25 seconds as Araja opens up for play. They are going to get the chance with Araja running for the right hand side of Merlos. He's about 40 yards from goal. Araja leaves the ball behind, but he gets back there again, but the umpires blow the whistle. That will be the end of the fourth chukker. Let's hear it at the ground for both sets of players as they will go for a change one more time, and it's Cicero who lead the final of the Cicero Cup, 8 goals to 6. As we will also take a break here on Polo Line TV. I would say this one will be in favour of Cicero when we come back. So the team in white, you see, lead by 2. Cicero 8, Amanara 6, presented by Standing Rock here on Polo Line TV.
Watching horses interact with each other is deeply moving. Their communication is filled with sensitivity. This inspired Standing Rock, with support from the HPA, to present a trophy to the season's most outstanding team, honouring the core values behind fair play and sportsmanship. It reflects a world where fair play isn't just a rule, but a promise we make to each other about respecting, supporting, and achieving together.
So welcome back here on the live stream. Just wait and see what the decision is. As mentioned, I would say it's going to go in favour of Cicero with the ball in defence. Thank you again to all of you who have joined us here today on the live stream. Really do appreciate your continued support here on Polo Line TV. And Sebastian Amaja, he has joined us. Hello, Seb. Man behind everything going on at Polo Line TV. Probably a sunnier day for Seb over in Soto Grande. Probably on the golf course as well while he's watching. And with the players back on the field of play, and it is indeed a penalty spot here in favour of Cicero Raja. He had a big chance there to make it a one-goal game, but with a chukker remaining, 8 goals to 6. Cicero, they've led all the way and just hanging on to their coattails throughout. Santi Chavan and Amanara, interesting little subplot going on off the ball at the front as Nicky Sen keeps Pablo Galante Escobar away from Chavan as Malcolm Boric sends it long. Chavan eventually got back round. Merlos comes in. He knows he's got Cudmore there. Chavan had to get it and he did, but then he leaves it behind. But Cudmore had gone back, so in now comes Araja as well, and Chavan eventually does get there. But Santos, Merlos and Cudmore, the 2 young players crowding around Chavan, but it's the experience of Chavan who eventually gets the better of them as Santi Chavan coming through, sends it long. Can Hazel Jackson finish it off at the front? Hazel Jackson in front of Malcolm Boric with the tap called off the play by Araja. Araja slows it right down. Big chance here for Amanara, and you feel like they're going to need it as well with Araja. The umpires had a look, blow the whistle. All the players crowding together. And it's going to go in favour of Amanara. You have to be so careful right in front of goal not to block the way. And Araja with the penalty, 5 yards out, no mistake at all. And Amanara do make it 8 goals to 7, so they just trail by 1. There is plenty of action left in this Cicero Cup final here. So the state of play in these final chukkers, if we're all tied up when that first buzzer goes at the end of a 5th, we will play for 30 seconds and then go into overtime should we not have a winner. If either side is out in front at the first buzzer, we end it there and then. What will the situation be as Araja takes it to the left-hand side of Oli Cudmore? Still there with Araja. Araja wants to tie us up. Nicky Sen couldn't quite get there as Oli Cudmore just swoops back in. Nicky Sen couldn't get a touch on the near side. Hazel Jackson did well, but Malcolm Boric hits the open backhand now. Santos Merlos looks to get there. Merlos on the near side. Hazel Jackson couldn't get anything on the play. Merlos, good play by Sen, but it will fall again here for Malcolm Boric. Boric sends it out left. Where is the waiting Chavan? Chavan, open backhand. Crowding round there is Nicky Sen. Look at that by Nicky Sen. Look at Avina Raja. Malcolm Boric couldn't get across, so Nicky Sen will get another chance on the near side. Still there with Sen and Araja. Araja, little flick up behind him. Hazel Jackson's going to have the chance. Jackson gives it back to Araja. Araja gives it back to Jackson. Sticks in the air, and it's getting really scrappy out there as the whistle goes. Let's have a look here on the instant replay. The wind making the backswings difficult here for the players. As we have a look on the instant replay, it was Hazel Jackson. Oh, you feel there maybe Oli Cudmore might have had the line. Araja felt like it was his before. And I think the players have just asked for a quick breather here. I see behind the goal Santos Merlos is just asking for a little bit of attention. All the players came in crowding together, and Merlos will be given a bit of time here, and by the looks of where the ball is, as and when he returns, it will be a penalty in favour of Cicero as well. So he survived this time as the medics do come on the ground here. So I think just hearing it may have been a ball going up into the face of Santos Merlos, which is why he's asking for a little bit of time. We can see on the screen here, that does look like it's in that kind of an area. Now, that is the case, then we'll see whether the whistle was blown for an injury or for a foul. We're waiting to see here. Plenty of polo here at Cowdray in the upcoming week. Do check out the website for all that is going on here. There's plenty of Dollar Cup Final build up. All the quarters, the semis before the final next weekend, as well as the 18-goal Duke of Sutherland will be joined on the live stream of Polo Line TV for those finals as well. As the medics behind the goal do just give Santos Merlos a look over. I think, yeah, definitely it's like he's just checking his nose and that all his teeth are still in place. Been a long day for Santos. Was taken to overtime with UAE up in guards in the Queen's Cup. They did come away the winners thanks to a overtime goal from Juan Martin Nero. And I believe got the helicopter down here to Cowdray Park. So as we give him just the time to take a bit of a breather, the final of this Cicero Cup finally poised here. It is great seeing here in the UK season how you do now see more and more of these players playing for high goal, but also coming and playing these medium goal tournaments as well. So competitive, the 15 goal, the 18 goal, and the players taking every chance to play as much as they can. Hazel Jackson obviously playing as part of the Dubai side. We saw Kako Raja playing with Muras Sanctus in the Triplex Challenge. He's with Scone in the Queen's Cup, waiting to see whether alongside Adolfo Cambiasso he might make an appearance in the British Open. Ollie Cudmore of course playing with Sujan Indian Tigers. Santos Merlos, as already mentioned, part of the UAE organisation. And there's Santi Chavan. We haven't seen him in the 22 goal level for a while here in England, but it's great to see his son Lorenzo Chavan and White Crane again, an organisation we saw playing the Triplex Challenge here on Polo Line TV, and one we're really excited to watch in the British Open as the summer progresses here in England, and a name that will no doubt be around for years to come. Over to the live stream. John Walsh, hello. Awesome sauce. Fully agree. We have seen some great moments in this game. It hasn't always, understandably so, as I've mentioned a few times, the conditions haven't allowed it to be a running game more than anything else. And here on the ground, great to see you there. Let's hear it for Santos Merlos, back on his horse, good to go here in this final chukker of the Cicero Cup Final. And they are going to place the ball on the spot here for La Hechicera as well. So they do have the ball, and they have control of that lead. But they've led by up to 4 earlier on in the game, and just leading by 1, they know they've got a lot of work to do still in this contest as Malcolm Boric looks to send Ollie Cudmore on his way. Chavan closes him down. Ollie Cudmore asks Santos Merlos to come back behind him. Santi Chavan took the bait, and it gives Ollie Cudmore just a little bit of room. Ollie Cudmore deflects off the back leg of his pony and goes back overboard. So that will be Aminara possession, so he will get the chance to come back round here. As the umpires, I think, have just blown a whistle, so it'll be a momentary stop and play. I don't know what they've seen this time round. I think Ollie Cudmore it is, just asking if he can perhaps just have a look to make sure his horse is okay, and the umpires allow him to take a bit of time. They will let him go off and change as well. I think Santi Shavan asking why, but Cudmore heads off the ground, changes onto a fresh pony. 5 minutes to go here. Presentation around at the clubhouse, as well as refreshments for those here. And Ollie Cudmore returns. Santi Shavan just inside his attacking half. Ollie Cudmore comes back to face him up. So it is Shavan. Takes the tap. Ollie Cudmore waiting close by. Shavan, oh, that didn't work there for Shavan. He's going to have to be quick on the turn with Cudmore in close attendance. The umpires say he was quick enough as the ball goes back up there towards Hazel Jackson, but it was picked up there by Santos Merlos. And with another whistle on the play, this one's going to go in favour of La Cicero. It was good play by Santos Merlos, turning quickly on the line. Hazel Jackson thought she may have a go at it. It'll be interesting to see now where the umpires take this ball. It could well go up, I would say, yep, to a penalty for 60-yarder, I'd say. So another big chance here, but with the wind, it's by no means a given for Malcolm Borick and his side. So it is indeed a penalty for Malcolm Borick. So we've seen Malcolm from 30s and 40s. Has been perfect. That 160 he had. Left a little short. And it is Borick. It's hard. It just looks a little bit left. Pablo Galante Escobar though reached in. I'm not sure whether he got a touch, but either way, the goal is scored. La Cicero, they do put some daylight between the two sides again. We'll have a look on the instant replay to see who got the final touch. Borick it was. And I think it deflected off the inside of the goalpost there. So Malcolm Borick, he will claim that goal. Pablo Galante Escobar just made sure there but Aminara couldn't get a clearance on it. So 3 minutes played here in the final chukker. Aminara with it all to do again, and Ollie Cudmore's going to come here as the wind begins to blow once more. It's Ollie Cudmore sending it up towards Merlos. He's under pressure there, Shavan. Merlos takes away Shavan, and Ollie Cudmore, he will just let it run all the way through. And La Cicero, what a period of play. They scored 2 quick goals in it, 10 goals to 7. It's a long way back now for the team in blue. Santos Merlos, you just saw him take away Lorenzo Shavan. There was nothing Shavan could do, and Ollie Cudmore, he let the approach shot run its course. 10 goals to 7, La Cicero lead. So players come back to the centre. So close, La Cicero now to this Cicero Cup win, but Araja wants to go. Araja quickly closed down there by Merlos. Araja in between now, Cudmore and Borick still there with Araja. Cudmore waits, Borick behind him. Araja sends it down the ground looking for Jackson, but now they're just getting a little bit desperate in the attacking areas. Aminara as Borick brings it back round. Araja appeals to a foul. The umpires say keep going as Merlos gets there first. Merlos with the tap. Now looks to open it up, and we've seen this all in the last play as well. Shavan, he doesn't want to get caught in between, and Cudmore's gone. Cudmore calling for the pass. The overlap is there. Merlos could go all on his own, struggling with the conditions, but sends it up for Ollie Cudmore, and Cudmore can finish it here for La Cicero. Cudmore near side backhand towards the goal, but just left short, and Hazel Jackson, she can clear, and they survive still. But there is Merlos with the backhand, looking for Cudmore, and Cudmore up against Araja to bring it away, but the umpires stop him in his tracks, and Ollie Cudmore appeals to a foul, and if it is in his way, that could well be that for this contest. We will have a look at the instant replay. You see there Cudmore And the umpires trying to play advantage, but it was Araja just getting stuck. And it's going to be a penalty 2. And with 2 minutes just over, this goal, you would feel, will secure the Cicero Cup for Malcolm Borwick and his La Hechicera side. So Malcolm Borwick with the 30. No mistake at all, the goal is scored, and that makes it 11 goals to 7. And with just over 2 minutes to go, La Hechicera know they are close to the Cicero. Just great to see Will take this opportunity to say these two sides, relatively new to the English polo season, or to a polo scene, I should say. This medium goal polo going from strength to strength. And it does look like Pablo Galante Escobar and La Hechicera will be taking home the Cicero, and they are going to have the penalty spot as well. Santi Chavan just got a little overzealous coming across in the line out. And Malcolm Borwick with the ball from the spot. With the tap, sends it along the ground. Looking to read it was Chavan, but it runs through, and Ollie Cudmore nearly got there, but first to it was Araja. Araja with the near side backhand, but Santos Merlos first to read it, and he plays for time. Look at this cool play by Santos Merlos. His father, Sebastian, will be watching on approvingly as he's sent out left now, looking for Ollie Cudmore. Cudmore takes it to the left of Hazel Jackson. There again is Araja. Cudmore couldn't quite get it this time. Hazel Jackson, she's had a great game in defence there. Now looks to send Santi Chavan on his way. Chavan picks up the bounce of the ball, but picks it up over the boards. And that will take time off the clock as well as we go into a final minute. And at 11 goals to 7. They want to get going quickly here with Ollie Cudmore. Ollie Cudmore taking it in between Araja and Chavan once more. Ollie Cudmore is about 30 yards from goal. Can he finish it with a bang here for La Hechicera? Araja looks to make sure that's not the case as Chavan now looks to go. Merlos, he leans in, but he's beaten for speed and strength by Santi Chavan. Chavan watching closely there is Malcolm Borwick. They don't want to leave anything to chance here. La Hechicera as Malcolm Borwick gives it straight back to Merlos. Merlos to the left-hand side of Hazel Jackson. Jackson puts Merlos under pressure in the final 30 seconds now as Merlos beaten to it, but he does get back on the near side still now with Merlos. Left it for Chavan. Chavan with the big neck shot down the ground, looking for Araja. It will stay in play as Araja loses out once more to Santos Merlos. Merlos between Araja and Jackson. Good play it was by Pablo Galante Escobar just to take away Merlos and give it back to Araja, but in swoops Merlos again, and Merlos has a look. Here's the buzzer go. So that is the end of the Cicero Cup. Let's hear a big up the ground for both sets of players, and it's La Hechicera who win the Cicero Cup for 2025 here at Cowdray Park. 11 goals to 7. They led the whole way. Amanara did hold on, but in the end, Malcolm Borwick, Pablo Galante Escobar, Santos Merlos and Ollie Cudmore, they run out your winners. 11 goals to 7 here at the ground. Please do make your way to the clubhouse. We'll hold on for a little bit longer on the live stream. Just have a look at the stats and the story of the game. But for those leaving, big thank you to those joining us. Do keep an eye on the Cowdray website for everything taking place in the next week. And here on Polo Line TV, big thank you again to our partners, Standing Rock. And it was a great game by La Hechicera. As we have a look at the stats of the play, you see the field goals, they were pretty even. The throw-ins for La Hechicera, they dominated. And look at the number of fouls, 13 given away, 7 out of 8 scored by La Hechicera. Just that 160 missed. Yellow card against Amanara as well. But deservedly so, you would say. Cicero ran out the winners for Cicero Cup. Pablo Galante Escobar, we've seen him over in Sotogrande winning tournaments over there a couple of seasons now, setting themselves up at Tripits with Malcolm Boric, and the two of them, they will go off happy winning this Cicero Cup. And you see the Cicero tent on the far side. They will come and show their appreciation to their team over at the prize giving. Thank you again to all joining us around the world. We love your continued support here on Polo Line TV. Thank you to those who told us where they were watching from and their thoughts on the game. We'll be back and we will see you very soon.